I used to be a pastor, and I have not been to church consistently in 16 years now, and I'll tell you why. I got my degree in biblical studies from Liberty University because I just thought that being a missionary and giving my life to the Lord was the absolute best thing I could do for God, the most sacrificial martyr thing I could do for God, which actually involves a lot of pride. I just didn't realize it at the time. I was one of very few girls who was in the biblical studies program because Baptists don't believe that women can be pastors, which is so funny, right? Like, there's scriptures of the Bible, after studying it intensely, there are some scriptures that Christians just choose not to look at, and then some scriptures that they just hold on to for dear life. I had a hard time writing my senior thesis because we had to write down what our beliefs were about certain things in the Bible. So I went to my amazing biblical studies professor, Harvey Hartman, and I told him, I'm really having a difficult time because there's so many contradictions in the Bible. Eternal salvation, lose your salvation. Speaking in tongues, not speaking in tongues. Women pastors, no women pastors. And honestly, I struggled. Now, before you go on and say, oh, Holly, that's just because you didn't have the Holy Spirit. Girls and boys, I grew up in a Holy Spirit-filled church, Assemblies of God. We had prophets, we had speaking in tongues, we had healing. It was a freaking pep rally every single Sunday. And I was full of the Holy Spirit. And really, I allowed the Holy Spirit to tell me what I needed to wear every single day. So don't come at me with that. But I really loved helping people. So I decided to become a youth pastor. And I think I was at that church 5 to 6 days every single week, and just constantly helping people. And I was a healing room minister. I was a prophetic team leader. I was an evangelism leader. I was a youth pastor, a women's leader. I did discipleship and Sanford healing therapy with people. Long story short, my daughter died at birth, and I doubted a lot of things about God and was angry and didn't feel like I had the right or the freedom to question things in the church. And so I left and never went back.